What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Root. So I'm going to review a 2008 mixtape by OJ the Juiceman. Based this product is called Culinary Art School, and it came out in the fall of 2008. So within the fairs, this is a particular large-scale mixtape within these tones. This is a DJ Drama Gangsta Girls mixtape, pitches like that, also featuring DJ Holiday. So these type pitches, he's a large, another large DJ. Another large mixtape DJ as far as these fairs going to happen. So definitely within the pitch as far as those particular aspects going to happen. There's been some ones in the past, like Gucci Mane has teamed up with a good triple of these amounts of folks. I want to say it was like the Burprint, one of these type ones, where it was, and I think Snoop Dogg did something like this as well, as to where it was brought to you by DJ Drama, DJ Holiday, and then like one other one. But some excellent type of ordeals. It's a big deal of a product, like I was saying. Very trendy, definitely unlike a lot of things that were kind of out in 2008 around this particular time. Around this particular time, 2000s trap was still kind of in like the relative mid-2000s type sense, with albums by T.I. like Paper Trail and albums by Jeezy like The Recession Zones type pitches. But it was starting to morph within certain type aspects. But this particular mixtape has a little bit of mixtape Don Cannon DJ Drama type soul pitches like that. Has a couple odes, and surprisingly, despite the fact that Jeezy and Gucci Mane were kind of beefing around this time, it kind of has the affluence of a certain degree of like some Jeezy. It's not heavily that Jeezy affluence is kind of on here, but it has enough to be able to say that there is some props like the Pharaohs to what particularly kind of happened. It's kind of within the pitch that this has a good multitude of styles within the trap that kind of goes on. Has a little bit of ringtone on here, has a little bit of crunk and cry mob type stuff on here, has a little bit has a little bit of like that 2008, 2009 trap that Gorilla Zoe and OJ the Juiceman and some of those type of folks were kind of doing, like Fast Life Youngsters, some of those type of folks. Also has like some early bird kind of 2010s mixtape trap on here, pitches like that of folks like Waka Flocka and Slim Duncan, some of those type folks in particular. Gucci Mane was definitely getting into that sound. So Gucci Mane's on here a few times. I'm not sure is full bound within the pitch as to whether or not OJ the Juiceman was signed to Gucci Mane at this particular point, but just the factoid about it is he dropped his album on Gucci Mane's label just 3 months later within these pitches. That came out in early 2009, January 2009. The particular other side of the trap out. So I definitely want to get to this one because this seems like the second most notable product by OJ the Juiceman within these fairs. I reviewed Other Side of the Trap back in the spring of 2024 as far as these pitch can happen. So I want to get back to OJ Juiceman within some of these type fairs, definitely within the pitch as far as catching up with some of these. Some excellent type products here. He does have a number of mixtapes similar to Gucci Mane, Waka Flocka, some of these type folks. He was kind of booming within that sound. But yeah, this is very trendy of a product, very revolutionary with this sense. In a lot of senses, this helped kick off a number of styles within trap music pitches like that. There were a few other type styles kind of are kind of within the aspect of things that kind of happened on here besides those ones I was mentioning. Just other things like the Zaytoven Gucci Mane type sound that was popular in 2005, 2006, some type of ordeals, pitches like that. So overall aspects of those type tones, I would say within the pitch. Now, I don't know if I mentioned that there's a little bit of 3-6 Mafia type crunk on here as well within the pitch. I'd said Cry Mob type stuff, but there's also some 3-6 Mafia type styles as well. So it's just one pitch for us, and you get a pretty blistering type package as far as these ordeals going to happen. Easy enough, 10 out of 10 within these pitches. Now the format behind it, there's 20 songs. I think there's actually 21 songs, but one of the OJ the Juiceman skits was scrapped from like this particular mixtape as I downloaded it. This is a free download, so it's excellent type of ordeals to get this. Out of the 15 songs, there's 3 songs that are on other OJ the Juiceman or Gucci Mane type products. Now these songs wound up being on OJ the Juiceman's album that was getting ready to come out in early 2009, and then on top of that there's a song that DJ Drama saved for his album that was coming out in early 2009 as well. So it's just some pitch. So OJ the Juiceman was kind of the shit around this time, just the product. He was kind of one that he kind of is underrated with like the concept of what he did for trap music. It's definitely kind of the flair, despite the fact that he kind of vanished more or less within the trap type scene by the time you got to 2011. By the time you got to 2011, 2012, some of those type pitches, it's definitely the format that this is one of those type ones that was a conduit for switching things from like the particular sound of more of like mid 2000s trap to more of like the early 2010s Gucci Mane type flair. So it's just within the pitch. This is definitely super trendy for 2008, I'd have to say, within these pitches. This feels like this was more ripped out of 2010 or 2011 more so than the fall of 2008, back when George Bush was still president, pitches like that. So it's just the ordeal. But I look after here, kind of within the product, so I look after it. Yeah, I recommend all the songs that are new within these pitches. So just feel say 10 out of 10 mixtape. Some of these type ones in the South. So a real nice one within these pitches is Georgia. This has Gucci Mane on here. It's like a throwback 2000s kind of DJ drama mixtape soul to kind of get within the aspect of somehow. Song Georgia's a nice one. It's like a throwback 2000s kind of DJ drama mixtape soul house clean with like a trap hustle edge, I'd say, about within the pitch behind it here. Just some newer flair to kind of get within these aspects for these songs. So just missed the pitch as far as saying it's that particular product of like Jeezy, Trap or Die songs that folks. Now I'm not sure it's full bound if Gucci Mane did these particular ones. Gucci Mane, I want to say. I think Gucci Mane kind of had a different style. Obviously, with him beefing with Jeezy, it was not as much full bound within the aspects of him biting Jeezy's style within trap music as far as what's first going to happen. But OJ Juiceman, this is the popular style of folks like T.I., Lil Wayne, Jeezy, Joel Santana, and stuff, folks. So it's excellent with the pitch as far as getting that. But this is kind of a later shift type one. It felt like this more kind of soulful type, 70s type tip that some of these folks kind of didn't manifest too much further than like 2009, maybe 2010 at some of the latest parts. I mean, it continued to happen, but just in less frequency than it did back in 2006 and 2008 and 2005 pitches like that. But it's just the ordeal. It's a nice one here. Kind of melds things. It's just a good product of something that kind of feels like 2006, but also has the particular vibe as things start to ramp up into like these newer trends with this. So it's just good type for getting a like a newer era kind of trap artist, seeing what kind of happened within retro type products. A good type ordeal. Dope Boys is a nice one. It's like a late 2000s kind of trap. Gorilla Zoe and OJ the Juiceman taste kind of get within the products over here. Very similar to OJ the Juiceman, unlike some of those type ones that you would think of songs like Stupid by Play a Circle and like Hell of a Life by Gorilla Zoe. Definitely some Zaytoven kind of Hell of a Life like floats. The song is definitely like a Zaytoven Hell of a Life like float as far as this pitch going to happen. Hell of a Life is off of Gorilla Zoe's 2009 album. Just some locals as far as this fair is going to happen. Now some of these songs might be on the OJ the Juiceman album from 2009. I don't remember his full bound. I recognize at least a couple of these, like God Damn It, I'm the Shit, and Stupid, and some of these have ones in Love for Money, but it's kind of within the ordeals as far as saying there might be a few more of these, but the pitch behind it, usually Gangsta Grills were kind of things that bolstered like albums that were to come out, pitches like that. Like when you think of Trap or Die, that's an excellent companion piece to Jeezy's Thug Motivation 101. So it's just kind of the pitch that OJ the Juiceman had some typical kind of 2000s roll out within these pitches. Definitely dope within those ordeals, but excellent type product. So Chopper Loose is a nice one. It's like a night shift kind of neighborhood hop and bop to kind of get within the aspects over here. Just pleasing kind of snack runs. Some of those type pitches within tone. Just having some goodies. Some of those type formats, bugles, combos. Some of those type pitches. Definitely some homies nearby pitches like that. Just for some fare of socialize. It's kind of routine fun within these aspects. So typical kind of haunt type fare. Good type product. Hood Proud of Me is a nice one. It's like a skittery kind of Trap or Die similar tear up to kind of get within the products of it. Just an early bird melding of 2010's trap as far as these first going to have along with it. So there's just some good products like the metamorphosis of what particular songs like Hood Proud of Me and some of these ones are just some good morph. Songs like Hood Proud of Me and 9 in the Morning are just some good morphings within the style of what trap was getting into within these pitches as far as 2008 being a large year within Sunset Park. So just good primer for some of these type ones with an excellent aspect of it. Culinary Art School is a nice one as well as like a revolutionary gate song for like the flood of 2010s trap snarls that kind of happen within these years as far as these pitch can happen. Great song to get torched to within some of these type of products. So plenty of good night blitzers on here within like the product. This is like Gucci Mane, just a more hungry and underground type sense. Not to say that Gucci Mane's not hungry, but just to miss the product of more kind of consistent, kind of bunking things up. Some of those products to say bunking, just the particular trap snarl, just getting towards the product to like the factory kind of Hustler's makeshift grid as far as the spits kind of. So definitely excellent within the pitch as far as talking about it, but just a good type fare for some of these. I want to say Gucci Mane pops up on this mixtape at least 2 or 3, maybe even 4 times pitches like that. So it's kind of after effect of this having like a mild kind of, not so much executive production, but definitely affiliation within those ordeals as far as some extra type flair. Money Everywhere is a nice one within these pitches, as well as like a good swag rap kind of tune, just an early bird for some 2010s mixtape heat. I'd have to say just basic kind of dusk ruffle as far as these pitches gonna go. It's missed one of those type fares. This feels like a Slim Dunkin kind of mixtape album cut as far as this pitch gonna happen. Just an in between type song, more an acquired type sense. Just Waka Flocka, Slim Dunkin, Frenchie, Woo Da Kid, so and so folks who kind of have these particular type ones, real fresh kind of ATL type sound within the pitch, just like an in between type cut, just something for like lounge. Some basic kind of evening rile up within those pitches as far as like the product. Just feeling sparky kind of within the conduct, just getting ready to get towards some things. It's kind of in between type fashion. Grab like a bag of Doritos and like some smoke type fair pitches like that within those ordeals. Port card is a nice one as well within these pitches, like an out in the wind kind of trap brush kind of get. Just a Taco Bell run, so these type pitches. Smoke a few, definitely I'd say here. Typical kind of air and glee as far as this pitch can go. So this one the pitch as far as saying. Some of these type ones I miss, like the neighborhood product easily. Songs like Money Everywhere, Port Card. I want to say it's another one that's kind of like that on here. I'm trying to say in a more vehicle type sense. I'd say songs like Vet Pass By was just some pitches for some of these type ones. There's a Zaytoven one on here I was trying to think of that kind of has like this particular type fare of like. That may be about the ones with like the on foot type ones within the product, but definitely there's some commerce type ones like Boulder Crest Hero and Vet Pest Bot. There's some car commerce type ones on here like there's some car commerce ones on here like Boulder Crest Hero and Vet Pass By that kind of have these conducts like typical kind of commute within a sense like a trap makeshift. So good type fares. So speaking of Boulder Crest Heroes, like amidst like the late shift, get shit done like a usual late dredge, I'd say within the aspects of it, just some trap makeshift kind of moves as far as this fair's gonna go. Typical type conduct to get things done, just to miss the pitch, to just like some glissy. I mean, a lot of this particular mixtape has like that factor, just like definitely like the liveliness and awake type fashion this mixtape as far as these fairs gonna have. Not kind of has the product of having like some good just some good spiffy, alive and awake type modes to kind of be in moods as far as those fairs gonna have. So excellent type pitches within these formats, just typical kind of trap turn up pitches like that. Bet Pass By with Gucci Mane's a nice one as well. It's like a good in between kind of traffic and errands kind of getting like a mild sauce kind of trap, I'd say within the products of it. Now when I say just awake things like that, it's just kind of product that just the feralness is just not as ravenous on here, but still the pitch as far as saying it's a good type product to get towards some of these type ones. It's a basic romp, but it's fun about it as far as the goings as to how that particular kind of happens. So just the pitch as far as saying this mixtape has the awake type fashion about it, but it's just kind of the pitch as far as saying that you get your turn up on here, but it does have the product of just having like, if you do have like some leftover work shift within these products, it does have some leftover work shift type products, so it's kind of missed the fare as far as saying it's not as much a full bound kind of makeshift typical kind of blue collar type sense, but it's just within the product having like those particular moments. Because this is kind of some fare just within the pitch as far as thinking like the tunes to kind of listen to more amidst like the music and lunch rush type hours within the pitch as far as getting towards that in like a trap type sense. I mean, I think in certain senses it kind of did it, but when you think of like Gucci Mane, Waka Flocka, it wasn't always as normally kind of full bound within those pitch, but it's just some good type ones kind of have like that heat type product, just something to get sparked up to. Get sparked up and riled up to it, then these pitches is something for like the hours pretty much probably between 4:40 probably between like 4:30 and 8:30 pitches like that. Just those dusk hours kind of get for like some turn up, but just last moments of things. So good type fair. It does have some of those mild type moments just one pitch, but yeah, this is basically this mixtape was wheeled in a lot with what it came to with trap music, so it's just a good type fair, just having like that leftover work shift as well. Some of these type ones also like culinary art school kind of do that within pitches like that, so it's good type fair. 68 Cutlass is a nice one within these pitches, like a vintage kind of crime mob like crunk to kind of get within the products of it. Just get loud, trap, and good song to get loud to. It's like some trap and crunk mixture that I definitely appreciate here. Great song to bump pitches like that. Just great song to get burnt to as well. So 68 Cutlass is definitely a banger. So it's just kind of within the product as far as getting like crime mob type crunk, little scrappy type crunk pitches like that, just some more cruise around type sense pitches like that. Good song to knock and really get tore up to within a vintage kind of mid 2000s type flair. Doesn't have like the Lil Jon like screaming, Lil Scrappy like screaming, but it's excellent type product to get some of these type ones. OJ Juiceman does this pretty well. Racked Up is a nice one within these pitches. It's another throwback to Jeezy type styles, like some vintage. Racked Up is like some vintage kind of mid 2000s cheesy, I had to say, within aspects of it. Just some Racked up is like some vintage kind of mid 2000s Jeezy, similar type stuff with them pitches behind as far as these assets going to happen. Just some trap hustle and motivate as far as this pitch kind of go along. It's some good type fares, just basic day commute. It's like some basic kind of day commute and music as far as this press happens. So dismiss the pitch. This one's more myths, probably like where the sun is still out pitches like that kind of within those products. It is something. I mean, in like a club type sense, when you think of like tunes that would play songs like Corporate Thuggin' by Jeezy, songs that once in the aspect, this more vintage Jeezy for like those particular days. Songs like And Then What and Corporate Thuggin', songs like bops from Jeezy as far as those pitch kind of happen. Trap Star. Trap star someone's that ones in certain senses within the product and go crazy. It's just the aspect as far as saying within those particular fairs. This has some vintage type styles for that particular aspect, but some of these type of songs just feel more current to 2008 within those products as far as those fairs happen. There's tastes of 2008 on here, 2006, 2007, 2008, and there's also tastes like 2009, 2010, 2011. So it's just the pitch for us, and just kind of wheels those particularly well. 9 in the morning is a nice one within these products also within the aspect. It's like a good Gucci Mane kind of offshoot and feralness kind of get within the aspects here. Just some trap morphine viciously, I'd say, within the aspects as far as these tones go. There's some good turn up. It's another trendy type one within the pitch as far as the aspects going to have them along with it. So just some of these type ones. This feels very similar to Pills by Gucci Mane. That's a particular good bop. This feels like a reimagining within certain senses of that particular song. It's a good offshoot of that particular product. Pills also goes by the name of the song by Gucci Mane. I Might Be within those pitches. I think on that particular song has the Game and Shauna on there. That's also on Back to the Trap House. Some of those type of ordeals with good type pitch. I'm Booming and Bunkin' is a nice one within. I'm Booming and Bunkin' is a nice one within these pitches, as well as like a throwback snap and ringtone banger can get within these aspects. It's a dance gem. I would definitely say just some Soulja Boy flavor, just without like the typical kind of dance moves. I mean, it's a good dance type song, but it just doesn't have like the Superman, that hoe, those type pitch. It's a good dance song within these pitches, but it just doesn't have like the Superman, that hoe type vibes pitches like that. Also gives off like certain kind of vibes like DJ Unk, some of that folks in particular, Dem Franchise Boys, aspects like that as far as those pitch kind of happens to dismiss it. Also gives off vibes like DJ Unk and Dem Franchise Boys, some of the pitches with them for most accent type product, the ATL kind of dance vibes pitches like that. So I do like the fact that some of these odes on here as far as these pitches kind of go, just extra throwback type ones of OJ the Juiceman fucking with these particular Atlanta styles, just some pitches as far as doing it. Good type product to get these multitudes because he handles these styles pretty well with these assets, so good type tone. It's another song I was going to talk about on here. I think it was it's a particular another song I haven't talked about. Oh yeah, I don't think I've talked about Fuck With Me Dog. It's like a glissy kind of half stone kind of breakfast slash duck. Fuck With Me Dog's like a glissy half stone kind of breakfast. The song Fuck With Me Dog's a spiffy type one within these assets, as well as like a glissy kind of half stone breakfast slash dust kind of wooziness kind of get here within the products of it. Just a good lazy kind of motivator. I'd say to some Vince as far as this person goes. So if I say Vince, I mean vintages within these assets. Just a ton as far as saying it's a good type product for some of these type fares. Just easy kind of flair. This definitely reminds like God damn it, I'm the shit to some of those woozy type ones. Kind of within a relative type product. Those are some good type bots. Thinking of some of those type ones. There's some other type ones that I don't remember as full bound off the other side of the trap from 2009 within those pitches, but definitely like God damn it, I'm the shit stones type ones. I think there's at least another single. Maybe it's like Make the Hood Say A. I think that particular one had Gucci Mane on there, but it's just some of those lazy type ones where you're just super stoned as hell pitches like that. I know I said half stone, but at least probably half stone as in starting to kind of sober up a little bit, but definitely within pitch just having a good overall trip within those fares as far as those assets going to go. But just easy kind of 7 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock p.m. pitches like that where it'd be either purple out or pink out, some type pitches with a ton of some good type aspects like that. Woozy type fare, just basic kind of lazy but still trap motivate kind of within those pitches as far as those fares can go. So accent type product. I think there's at least one more song I haven't talked about on here. I don't think I'll talk about Stay in the Kitchen. So Stay in the Kitchen is like a hot tittering kind of trap creeping to kind of get with the song Stay in the Kitchen. It's like a hot tittering kind of trap creeping to kind of get within the aspects of it here. Just a trendy as hell mixtape, I'd say, within these fares as far as these pitches can go. Just smoke real nice. This one grabs some Arby's pitches like that. So it's just within the ordeal, whether it's just on foot type fashion, it's kind of the product of it. This would be another good romp type one, similar to like Vet Pass By and similar to like Racked Up. Stay in the Kitchen, similar to like Pork Card and Money Everywhere, some type pitches within the format of it, just kind of more on foot or just basic, just kind of comic type ones. And the pitch force was first gonna go, just good type fare. Some further homies type music pitches like that within them, so just some good trap gassiness within those products. I like the products. Some of these kind of blend between like some of these type ones blend between like 3-6 Mafia and Lil White type products within those fairs. As far as those pitch kind of having this excellent. It's further extra. It's further extra type trap. It's further extra type trap snarls pitches like that, I'd say. So within those products, good type fare within it. So I think I talked about every one of these as far as these pitches kind of having this 15 within these products here as far as these pitches gonna go. 10 out of 10 mixtape. Social score is going to go ahead and get a 10 out of 10 within these products. Now, I recognize it didn't have a single, and really OJ Juiceman was not that large in terms of like it's not like he wasn't large in like the mainstream type market. He definitely helped out a lot with like the trend setting and things. He definitely was one that helped create like the domino. He was definitely one that helped create like the domino effect pitches like that. But it's this kind of ordeal in terms of like the mainstream type of appeal that was more kind of within certain senses, Gucci Mane within certain type senses, but just more within the product. It definitely had the product of just having like some good flare type noises. The pitch of just being like a torchbearer and pitches like that. This is a big deal in like the mixtape type market. This was a Gangsta Grills, definitely excellent type ordeals. Kind of get this within the fair. Definitely kind of similar to how Jeezy was in 2005 with Trap or Die. This is kind of one of those type ones that kind of had like the trap bunk in. Had the trap jumping pitches like that, some of those type products, and just kind of more in like an unsung type fashion. It's kind of fair when you think about this particular one. OJ the Juice Man was someone that kind of kept that underground type flair. He had the mixtape buzz pitches like that. He definitely caught Gucci Mane's attention. Was large between probably like late 2000s, about the first couple of years of the 2010s, was this kind of pitch as far as staying. It just felt like it's just too bad these particular ones. It's just more within the product that OJ Juice Man just stuck in like that hustle type mentality and just didn't really get the commercial numbers. I mean, he could have done songs like that within those pitches, but he just never really crossed over within those formats as far as making like a song like Waka Flocka did with like No Hands, so that pitch. So it's just the fair. He was a good, excellent soldier in like Gucci Mane's camp pitches like that, but it's just kind of fair as far as saying it just didn't have the crossover. But this is still real. This mixtape is more or less like OJ the Juice Man's Trap or Die. Just the same sort of buzz type appeal. This did not have the crossover later on, but it's just within the product, still some good buzz. So I'd say 10 social. So then there's some definite nice ones on here. There's some Taco Bell Run type songs, some good trap kind of gas. Some good trap kind of homies and autumn kind of gas runs pitches like that. It makes like some of that trap style pitches like that. Similar to Recession, but just more trendy with like the Gucci Mane mixtape type style of like the Dat Piff Days pitches like that. Some cruise around type ones, a little bit of music on here within certain type senses within the aspect as far as like commerce type ones kind of get within like this trap variations of hustle of trap variations, a leftover makeshift fair pitches like that, some 2000s kind of Jeezy vibes within certain type sentences, and a good blending of other ATL type styles pitches like that. So good type product. So in terms of features like OJ Juiceman, I think he's been around in certain type sentences. He does have a number of mixtapes, so I'm going to start to get to some more of these within pitches like that. But it's this kind of product. This is a mixtape classic, definitely very unsung, like I was saying within the fair. Just doesn't get as much commonplace attention, but definitely some good type banner type appeals to look up some things that kind of help kick off a lot of trending trap styles.